Dr. Constantine Passaris is a professor of economics at the University of New Brunswick, an Onassis Foundation Fellow, and a research affiliate of the Prentice Institute for Global Population and Economy at the University of Lethbridge. Professor Passaris is listed in the International Who's Who in Education, the International Directory of Experts in Refugee Resettlement and Integration, and Canada's Who is Who. He has served as a member of the Economic Council of Canada, chairman of the New Brunswick Human Rights Commission, president of the Atlantic Multicultural Council, and president of the New Brunswick Multicultural Council. He has also served as president of the Canadian Association of Statutory Human Rights Agencies, chairman of the New Brunswick Advisory Board on Population Growth, as an advisor to the Canadian Commission for UNESCO. In 2012, he was conferred the Queen Elizabeth II Diamond Jubilee Medal for his exceptional contributions to New Brunswick and Canada. And in 2014, he received the prestigious academic title of Onassis Foundation Fellow for his contributions to international public policy. Professor Passaris.
Your Excellency, Provost, distinguished guests, friends and colleagues, ladies and gentlemen. Despite what you heard from the Provost and the Ambassador, there's another side to the story. I was a big disappointment to my mother. You see, it wasn't just the antics of my teenage years, but economists these days talk about evidence-based public policy. And my mother had the evidence why she was disappointed with me. She spoke 7 languages fluently, and I could only handle 5. And it gets worse. As far as she was concerned, I spoke all of them badly. Your Excellency, Ambassador Peck, it is an honor and a privilege to share this podium with you. Nobody who gets to meet you, even for a few minutes, doesn't come to the conclusion about your love and your passion for Greece. It is no wonder, sir, that you are the only Canadian diplomat who was decorated by the government of Greece as a Grand Commander of the Order of the Phoenix for your tireless work in promoting Greek-Canadian cultural relations. I believe Greece and Canada are lucky to have you at this posting at this critical period in time. My friends, ladies and gentlemen, Canada is a country that operates in 2 official languages, English and French. It reflects the mother tongue of its 2 founding people. Today, Ambassador, I want to ask for your permission that Canada embrace the Greek language as one of its official languages, at least for tonight's proceedings. Ο Καναδάς είναι μια χώρα που λειτουργεί με 2 επίσημες γλώσσες, την Αγγλική και τη Γαλλική. Ζήτησα από τον κύριο Πρέσβη την άδειά του να μας επιτρέψει, απόψε τουλάχιστον, ο Καναδάς να αγκαλιάσει την ελληνική γλώσσα, τη μυθική γλώσσα του Κωνσταντίνου Γκαβάφη, του Γιώργου Σεφέρη και του Οδυσσέα Ελίτη. Greece and Canada are no strangers to each other. These 2 countries share a strong bond that goes back many, many generations. Let me give you 3 examples that will not repeat the very articulate presentation that the ambassador has given us. Canadians grow up in their schools and at university, learning about Greece and its glorious past. They are grateful that their democratic institutions and the practice of democracy was invented here in Greece. They admire the contributions that ancient Greece has made to Western civilization and endowed the world with a cultural legacy in the arts, the sciences, medicine, architecture, music, and many other fields of human endeavor. But there is also another link to the present. The immigration of Greeks to Canada, as you just heard, has been going on for many generations. The Greeks of the diaspora have a significant presence in Canada. At the present time, they are in excess of 250,000 Canadians who live and work and raise their families in Canada. They are proud Canadians, but they have not forgotten the roots. In fact, they are just as opinionated about Canadian politics as they are about the politics in their country of origin. These Greek Canadians are an important economic bridge between our two countries. Οι Έλληνες του Καναδά δεν παύουν να είναι υπερήφανοι Έλληνες. Σήμερα, οι Έλληνες της διασποράς που κατοικούν και εργάζονται στον Καναδά είναι περίπου 300.000 άτομα. Ένα σημαντικό ανθρώπινο κεφάλαιο και πλεονέκτημα που αποτελεί μια οικονομική γέφυρα μεταξύ της Ελλάδος και του Καναδά. Last, but certainly not least, Canadians have an affection and a love for Greece. And I want to tell you a story that happened a few months ago. A friend of mine, with whom we've spent many, many times because he's an academic in an adjacent university where we live, saw me at the supermarket. And he said, "Constantine, I'm just back from Greece." Well, I said, "Noel, what were you doing there?" Before I tell you the answer to his question, to my question, that friend of mine is now the Speaker of the Senate of Canada. Professor Noel Kinsella holds the fourth most important public office in Canada. So when I asked him, "Noel, what were you doing in Greece?" he said, "I organized a parliamentary delegation to go to Greece to show our solidarity with the Greek people during these times of economic crisis." That, my friends, is the love and affection that Canadians have for Greece. I want to talk to you today about building on the economic relations that our two countries have, and a new opportunity that I believe holds the key for Greece's economic prosperity in the near future. A few months ago, Canada signed with the European Union a comprehensive economic trade agreement, CETA, that the Provost introduced very articulately. This free trade agreement is a remarkable achievement. It is the new gold standard in that it covers new areas of international trade opportunities. It goes beyond just the free trade of goods and includes services and includes investment and includes the mobility of labor. Greece, as a member of the European Union, is in a privileged position to take advantage of this new economic opportunity. I believe the timing of this trade agreement is perfect. As Greece moves forward from its austerity program and focuses on growing the national economy, attracting foreign investment, and creating jobs. This agreement can be the key to a more prosperous future for the Greek people and a more vibrant domestic economy for Greece. International trade, as a model for economic growth, has been a recognized field of economic science for a very long time. I see a number of the Hellenic American College students here. And I'm on sabbatical leave, so I am adopting you for the purpose of tonight's evening. David Ricardo, a famous economist in 1817, introduced the concepts of comparative advantage and absolute advantage. And he underlined the importance of international trade in contributing to a country's economic growth and to creating more choices and opportunities for the people in those countries. Since that time, Eli Heckscher and Bertil Ohlin in the 1920s further developed international trade theory. More recently, perhaps you're familiar with those names in your business classes, Vasily Leontiev, Paul Samuelson, Wolfgang Stolper, also refined international trade theory. Το διεθνές εμπόριο είναι ένα μοντέλο οικονομικής ανάπτυξης που έχει αναγνωριστεί από την οικονομική επιστήμη. Ο πρώτος οικονομολόγος που έδωσε βάση στο εξωτερικό εμπόριο σαν κίνητρο της εθνικής οικονομίας ήταν ο David Ricardo το 1817. Από τότε, άλλοι πολλοί οικονομολόγοι έχουν επισημάνει την αξία του διεθνές εμπορίου για την οικονομική ανάπτυξη. Σας προτείνω, σαν παράδειγμα, τον Καναδά. Μία χώρα που η οικονομική του ανάπτυξη και η ευημερία των κατοίκων είναι δυσανάλογη με τον αριθμό του πληθυσμού. Ο Καναδάς, παρόλο που έχει σχετικά ολιγοστό πληθυσμό, κατόρθωσε να γίνει μία από τις πιο πλούσιες χώρες του κόσμου. Πώς έγινε αυτό? Απλώς με να χρησιμοποιήσει το διεθνές εμπόριο σαν οικονομικό εργαλείο για να αποκτήσει μία στρατηγική και ένα σύστημα εξωτερικής εξωστρέφειας που βοήθησε τον Καναδά να δημιουργήσει εργασίες για τους κατοίκους του, υψηλούς μισθούς για τους εργαζομένους και ένα τζίρο εμπορίου που είναι πολύ πιο αυξημένο από την περιορισμένη εσωτερική αγορά των 34 εκατομμύριων κατοίκων. Canada is a good example of the benefits of engaging in international trade. Canada has one of the highest standards of living in the world. And it is one of the few countries that came out of the recent global financial crisis virtually unscathed. Canada's economic prosperity and standard of living is disanalogous to the size of its population. It has achieved this outstanding standard of economic performance by actively engaging in international trade. It was Professor Harold Innis from the University of Toronto who developed the Staples thesis and articulated how Canada, by reaching outward through international trade, created internally jobs, incomes, and an accelerated level of economic growth. If Canada can do it, so can Greece. The list of Greek products where Greece stands to gain from this new trade agreement is both long and varied. They include chemicals, plastics, tools, appliances, iron and steel products, agricultural products, dairy products, processed foods, wines and spirits, ceramic and glassware, cosmetics, and jewelry. These are all products where Greece has a competitive advantage. And it also has a recognized brand. But what I want to impress upon you today is that this trade agreement goes beyond merchandise and solid products. So there are opportunities for Greece to explore the Canadian market for the new sectors, the new products, such as international services, the IT sector in terms of computer programming and software, and also, for the first time ever, a free trade agreement allows countries in the European Union to bid for contracts from the 3 levels of government in Canada. So Greek businesses can bid for procurement contracts at the municipal, at the provincial, at the federal level. This EU trade agreement confirms that the new economy is here to stay. And I explain to my students that the new global economy of the 21st century is like the Acropolis. It rests on 3 pillars. One is globalization. The other is trade liberalization or free trade. And the third is the IT revolution. Η οικονομική εξωστρέφεια της Ελλάδος με στρατηγικό και έντονο τρόπο στις εξωτερικές αγορές και το διεθνές εμπόριο έχει γίνει απαραίτητη στο πλαίσιο της εμφάνισης της νέας οικονομίας του 21ου αιώνα. Μια νέα οικονομία που στηρίζεται σε 3 κολόνες. Πρώτον, την παγκοσμιοποίηση. Δεύτερον, το διεθνές ελεύθερο εμπόριο. Και τρίτον, την επανάσταση της ψηφοδοτής τεχνολογίας. The Greek economy has always had a pronounced international outreach. Greek business people, entrepreneurs, and ship owners have been successful international traders for a very long time. The names of the brothers Evangelos and Konstantinos Zappas, Yannis Varvakis, Emmanuel Benakis, Stavros Niarchos, Aristotelis Onassis, with whose foundation I am affiliated, and Stavros Livanos are all names of the past generation of Greek entrepreneurs. I believe today, tonight, in this room here, there are the names of the people who will write the new modern history of Greece. New, young, vibrant entrepreneurs who will seize the opportunity because the Chinese have an interesting way of looking at a crisis. The Chinese word for crisis contains two syllables. One is something that is daunting. The other is opportunity. Every crisis has its opportunity. And let that be a lesson to us today. Let us turn that crisis that Greece is going through into the opportunity of tomorrow. And the young people in this room are probably going to lead the way in terms of realizing that opportunity. In the new economy, success depends on our smarts, our global mindset, and our productive enterprise. Global engagement is where it's at and where it will be for the foreseeable future. Every time Canada signs a new trade agreement, my phone starts to ring. And almost invariably, it's a reporter who has one very direct question of 6 words. Professor Passaris, how is Canada going to benefit from that trade agreement? My answer is that this and every other trade agreement is simply an opportunity. It is not a guarantee of success, not a guarantee of economic success. It merely opens the door to create a new order of economic opportunities. In this case, this free trade agreement opens the door with Canada, one of the most lucrative export destinations in the world. What will transform this opportunity into a business success story is the vision and smarts of Greek entrepreneurs and the competitiveness of Greek products and services in terms of quality and price. The take-home message that I would like to leave with you tonight is that Greece has a great economic opportunity in enhancing its volume of trade with Canada through this new trade agreement. In fact, there is also an added bonus because Greek businesses taking advantage of this trade agreement with Canada also find themselves in a geographical position where, because Canada is a member of the North American Free Trade Agreement, which includes, in addition to Canada, the United States and Mexico. So Greek businesses now have an entire North American region that they can launch their ambitious export initiatives in terms of this new agreement. My friends, tonight I invite you to start writing a new chapter in the modern economic history of Greece, to adopt international trade as a strategic tool for a new vision of economic development for Greece. An economic vision that embraces growing the domestic economy of Greece, creating new job opportunities for young men and women in Greece, and attracting foreign direct investment from Canada. Από αυτό το βήμα σας καλώ να γράψετε ένα καινούριο κεφάλαιο της σύγχρονης οικονομικής ιστορίας της Ελλάδος. Να υποφεληθούμε από αυτήν την μέγιστη οικονομική ευκαιρία. Να βάλουμε το διεθνές εμπόριο σαν κίνητρο της σύγχρονης οικονομικής ανάπτυξης της Ελλάδος, για να αποκτήσουμε μια ισχυρή, ευημερής και υπερήφανης ελληνικής οικονομίας. Σας ευχαριστώ.